So I want to make this video because this is a video where, GeoFucks here. And this is a video where I'm just going to, again, examine relationships as a black, gay, intersex, trans man. Living in a location where the closest major city is like an hour away. So like, I don't live in an area where you're going to find a lot of openly LGBTQ plus people. I basically live in a blue collar, working poor, working class city, county area. So that kind of already gives you a little backdrop of where I'm about to go with this, right? And when I talk about this, I'm talking about this from my lived experiences, what I've gone through. And I want to put a disclaimer out there. I'm only one person. So when I'm talking about these experiences and how I feel, I'm only talking about my experiences. I can't speak for every transgendered individual, every intersex person, every gay person, every LGBTQ plus person, every heterosexual, every cisgender. I can't speak to what other people are, I can't speak for everybody. So my lived experiences is just that. They're minds. Yours may be different. I have to put a disclaimer because people always, oh, well, that's not how it is. I didn't say that's how it was for you. I'm talking about me. Anyways, so let's get to it. And we might as well. But let's get to it. So my experiences, just to re-examine. I look at a lot of things. I feel like location. Oh, that bad boy hit. I feel like location plays a major role in the type of people that you're going to be able to come across. And again, I live in an area that's really, you don't see that many openly LGBTQ plus people around here. However, when you jump on the apps, you see a lot of people on the apps, but that's just it. Everybody is looking for booty, sex, you feel me? But when it actually comes to meeting people out in the public and going out and doing things outside of sex, it's just very lackluster. And it kind of makes dating for me non-existent because it's just like, it's not happening. So basically what I do is I work, I support, spend time, help out with my family, and I spend time with my dog. I go to the gym, I hang out with a few of my friends, and repeat, and that's it. So that's pretty much that. So another part of this video, now we're going to transition to the other part of the video. Another part of this video is me looking at other people's relationships and judging from what I'm seeing them have or go through. My perspective on their relationships and their, how things are going for them romantically. So I'm judging, looking from the outside in at other people's relationships. Now, this part is where you can say, well, that's not true. Well, for me, okay. So now you can enter the chat. So let's talk about it. So when I see other people in relationships, what I've noticed for myself, like I said, judging and making my own perception of what's going on from the outside in, I've noticed that if you're heterosexual, it appears to be easier for them to be able to meet each other and, you know, say hello and actually go on dates and have something, because they're not being persecuted for their sexuality. So they don't have to hide and go on apps. You know what I mean? If they see somebody that's attractive or that they're interested in, they can walk right up to them and be done with it and say, hey, what's up? You know, I saw you over there. I really think you're cute, or I think you're beautiful, or I'm really digging your style. And they can do that in public. Meanwhile, for LGBTQ plus people, even though it's 2022, depending on your location, you don't have that option. So nobody's just gonna walk up to you and start, you know, flirting and letting you know that they think you're attractive or that they want to, you know, get to know you. Like, that stuff doesn't happen. You're supposed to basically try to look for cues if this person is really trying to flirt with you or anything. And I don't read social cues well. I'm the autistic spectrum, and I don't read that. So, like, there will be people that have told me, well, I was trying to get at you. And I'm like, unless you're in my face communicating that, I'm not going to recognize what you're talking about. So, yeah, you have to be very upfront and straight to the point with me. I'm not going to be playing guessing games to figure out what you're doing. And I'm saying this because I've noticed a lot of men, because of the homophobia, the transphobia, you know, people not being free to be themselves, they will, like, do things that you're supposed to know means that they want something more with you. And, like, I'm always lost. So there's that. Another thing that I've noticed is, like, for heterosexual trans men or trans men who are attracted to women, so they could be bisexual, they could be pansexual, they could be, you know, or who date women, it appears, from my perspective, looking at their relationships, it appears like it's just so much more easier for them. Like, they're able to meet quality women, and these can be quality women who end up being their friends, end up being in relationships, whether it's platonic, sexual, romantic, a combination. I'm seeing my trans brothers getting married, getting engaged, buying homes together, you know, buying pets together, you know, somebody that actually cares about them. They got somebody that, you know, they can talk to and build with, and I mean, their girlfriends, their fiancés, their wives, their partners are just super loving and supportive. And it's like, I love seeing that, and I love seeing other trans people receive real love, real support, real compassion, you know, real acceptance, you feel me? So it's really beautiful to witness. But then I look at myself as a gay, black, intersex, trans man, and I'm just like, this is bullshit. Like, it's bullshit. Like, where is our relationships? Where are our fun times? Where is our, you know, loving, caring partners? Doesn't exist. At least not for me. So I'm just like, okay. So from my perspective, looking, you know, judging from the outside looking in and seeing trans men who are attracted to women or trans men who are heterosexual, it just seems like it's a better relationship. It's a better opportunity to actually have a meaningful relationship. like I said, there's people starting families. Now, don't get me wrong. There are gay, bi, pansexual, trans men who mess with other men, other masculine people who have healthy, loving, supportive relationships. However, from my viewpoint, I see more trans men who have relationships with women having better relationship setups than I see trans men having relationships with other men, with other masculine people. If that makes sense. And then it kind of goes into a deeper thing, like, you know, with toxic masculinity in itself. Like, if we're always afraid to show emotion and to show that we care and love, and then we're dealing with homophobia and transphobia, you see why people don't know how to show anything outside of being angry and aggressive and violent. And then, like, we have to hide how we feel constantly. So, and then if somebody does show that they have feelings, or, you know, they're showing human emotion, they're weak, they're a simp, they're a square, that's not manly, that's not masculine. And then how are we ever gonna have relationships if we can't even communicate how we feel, dude? Like, I don't really get how, you know, any of that is going to really work out for us continuing that. And so I've been on T, you know what I mean? Gender affirming therapy for almost 3 years now, come July. And my entire experience post gender affirming therapy, like where I'm at now, has basically, it's always been sex. That's it. Basically, because, like, I know these relationships aren't going anywhere. The other person knows the relationship ain't going nowhere. And it's basically stopping at sex. Like, after sex, that's where it ends. Now, you might have people that want to have, you know, want to have continued hookups. They want to make this a regular thing. You know, basically you're a regular sneaky link, a regular booty call. But for me, it gets really boring because it's just like, okay, all we do is have sex. Like, this isn't really meaningful, and it's boring. So I end up always leaving and exiting stage left. And I think for me, as I get older, like, I'm 29, and then I'm basically you might as well go on and say I'm 29 and a half. I'll be 30 in 6 months. And it's just, it really makes me examine, reevaluate my life, my decisions, the relationships I've had, how I've shown up in relationships, re-examine my behaviors, my actions, the things I've said, and just the experiences that I've had. And I'm not saying that I want, and let's clarify, because I can already see it now. Let's clarify it. I'm not saying that I want a committed monogamous relationship, because monogamy, I don't really care for that personally. So I'm not saying that that's what I want. What I'm saying is, it would be nice to have a person that actually gives a fuck about you. Okay? Someone who actually cares about how you're doing, how your day went. Somebody that you can spend time with, you know, rather that's just cuddling or laying in bed watching movies, playing the video games, to going to the gym together, to going out to eat, you know, getting something to eat, having a few beers, going to a concert, going to, you know, a sporting event, football game, basketball game, baseball, hockey, soccer, whatever. You know, just having somebody that you enjoy, you have a platonic bond, but you're also, you feel me? That would be dope. I would actually appreciate you know, something like that. But I have never had a successful something like that. You know, and I take full, you know, responsibility for that. I take full accountability for that because I recognize my own toxicities, my own issues. So like, I know that I have baggage, that I have red flags, that I have problems, you know, and I've been working on me for damn near 4 years. So it's a work in progress. So I recognize that, you know, but yeah. And then I'm recognizing I don't really know how to date because I've never dated. I've never had that real experience. And I know people are going to be like, how did you get to be almost 30 and never been in a relationship, never had a title, and never really dated? Now, have I gone out to eat with people? Yes, but you can't call it a date unless y'all actually communicate and say it's a date. You going out and y'all getting beer and hanging out doesn't necessarily mean that's a date. I'm just keeping it real. Until the words are communicated, which again, back to what I said, people don't communicate. People are not straightforward. People are not forthcoming. You know, so many of us, including myself, because I'm guilty, but so many of us expect others to read our minds and just know, and you can't do that, you know. And I feel like as I get older, like I said, I'm about to be 30. If you can't tell me what's going on, what's happening, you can't communicate what's going on in your head, you can't communicate or express your emotions, you can't tell me your feelings, we're not going to work out because I'm not about to mind read. You feel me? I'm not doing that. You need to come straight out and just keep it real. So like I said, I don't really know how to date. So like, that's something that I was like, you know what, in 2022 I want to learn how to date. And yeah, that's kind of something that I want to do. Because it's like, it would be nice. You feel me? It would be nice. You know, a few times out the month. And when I say few, I literally mean 2 to 3 because I do not like being bothered with people 24/7, which is another reason why I don't do monogamy. I'm just keeping it real. So I literally mean a few. I'm not trying to see you every day. I'm not trying to talk to you every day. I'm not even trying to see you every week. I literally said 2 to 3 a month. And that's a lot, quite frankly. But I realized, okay, if I want to meet people, I want to actually have better quality, you know, opportunities, I have to get out of my shell and I have to socialize. And, you know, it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve when you've never done it. So, but you got to adapt. You got to be willing to learn. You got to be willing to unlearn. You feel me? So that's what I just want to make a little video on that, you know. I'm going to do more videos like this. I got to get out, change, and get ready for the gym. But I'm going to do more videos like this. But yeah, it's just, yeah. Like, I want to try dating and, like, practice and meet people. Because, let's be real. And I know I'm not the only one that feel like this. It do get lonely. In the sense of, it would be nice to just call up somebody and, you know, talk or FaceTime or hang out every now and then or have somebody come through or you go over there. It would be. But I need my space and I want you to have your space. That's my thing. I can't, and I feel like that's what kept me from dating, and that's also what kept me from trying to have any like actual title or relationship, because I guess you could say I'm afraid of commitment, but then I require my space. I need my space to recharge, to relax. You know, I need that. And I don't think that, for me, I don't think that monogamous relationships allow for me to have space in the relationship. And yeah. And then two, I also don't think it's realistic that or the other person that I'm talking to, like, we only are going to want each other for the rest of our lives and that's it. I don't really think that's realistic, nor do I think that's fair to limit yourself. You know, for me, the way I view things is free love. Love is free and open. It isn't controlling. It isn't possessive. You know, it's literally free and open. And if you happen to have a connection with somebody else, I don't want to keep you from that connection. And if I have another connection with somebody else, I don't want you keeping me from that connection. I want us both to have free love, open love, and genuine connections with communication and honesty. You feel me? But everybody don't want to do that. And I respect that. You don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. But that's where I'm at when it comes to relationships. But anyways, this video is long. I kind of feel like these are more so philosophical style videos, because like these are things that I write about and then I'll make a video about. So yeah, let me know what you think. Like, do you feel like heterosexual people have better relationships? Do you feel that it's hard being gay or trans or whatever? Let me know what you think. I feel like it would be nice to have more conversations like this and to hear other people's perspectives, you know, so we can learn from each other and, who knows, help each other. You feel me? So I'm out.